Hi, I'm Bridget. I'm part of Sound School and wait, that's not me. This is me. Hi. Today I'm going to take you through a little introduction to the practice of deep listening. You don't need any special equipment for this. You just need a few minutes to yourself to try out the exercises that I'll take you through in a place that you feel comfy. Deep listening is a concept of radical attentiveness devised by sound artist Pauline Oliveros. She advocated for cultivating a practice of careful and active listening to the world around us as an act of joy, care, curiosity, creativity, and meditation. Unlike my dog, I've never been very good at meditation, but I found deep listening techniques to be a really useful way to just think about one thing at a time, to tune into the place I'm in, and as a really potent starting point for composing music and sound art. Let's consider the difference between hearing and listening. The ear hears, but the brain listens. You might also hear with other parts of your body, like when you hear a loud subwoofer in your chest, or a crack of thunder. Exercise 1. Fishing for sound. Take yourself to a place where you think you might hear some good sounds, like where someone fishing might go to catch fish. It doesn't have to be anywhere fancy or pristine. It could be somewhere near your house where you like to walk, like a park or a creek, but it could also be a bench on a busy street or just in your own backyard. Now, get comfy, maybe close your eyes, and consciously start listening to the world around you. Think about your ability to listen as happening in 360 degrees. Your ears are like very powerful microphones. Listen for what has not yet sounded, like a fisherman waiting for a nibble or a bite. Pull the sound out of the air like you're catching a fish, sensing its size and energy. Move to another location if you're not catching anything good. Think of your ears as microphones or fishing rods. What kind of fish are you hoping to catch for dinner? Something you could loop for one of those 10-hour fall asleep to this sound videos. Something you could sample for your own music. Something that feels like ASMR, or something that reminds you of another time in your life. There are sounds in the air like sounds in the water. When the water is clear, you might see the fish. When the air and your mind are clear, you might hear the sounds. I like to think back over the sounds I've heard when I've gone fishing and make a mental note of my favorites. I like assigning them to a small palette of colors: red, blue, yellow, and so on. Exercise 2. You are a composer. Now take yourself somewhere again where you'd like to listen for a few minutes. This time, maybe choose somewhere that feels a bit secluded. Cast your line out again for sound. This time, try singing along. Don't worry about sounding silly. What tunes do you hear yourself singing? What rhythms are you tapping along with? Imagine it's a piece of music you're playing with the world around you. If you need somewhere to start, listen to your own pulse. There's your backing beat. If no good sounds come, you can be the first instrument that plays. It's easy to get caught up in the quest for a pristine environment as a listener. Deep listening is a mindset that I try to practice tapping into, where I can dismiss the binaries between natural and unnatural sounds. Instead of unnatural sounds feeling like an intrusion, welcome them as another instrument. Sounds of the natural world aren't always so soothing anyway. Sometimes when I'm feeling overstimulated, this can be a useful mindset to slip into so I can appreciate a noisy world around me instead of getting overwhelmed. Exercise 3. You are a bat, or a dolphin, or any other animal that uses echolocation. Echolocation is the practice of listening to how sound reflects in a space to sense what is around us and navigate accordingly. Bats use it to move through dark places like caves, but maybe you could use it in a dark nightclub, to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, or move through any other dark spaces without the torch on your phone. The idea is pretty simple. You make a noise and listen to how that sound reflects, is absorbed, or dispersed by objects around you. You can do these exercises in your own room or another room in the house where you know the layout and won't trip over stuff. You might want to cover your eyes for this if you feel comfy doing that. I find if I just close them, the temptation to open them and peek is too much. Now firstly, just face the window or a mirror if you have one.
I'm going to get in character for this one.
Close your eyes and move slowly towards the window, making a continuous shh noise. Experiment with moving right up to the mirror, then backing away. Try to judge where you are in relation to the window, then open your eyes. Were you right? From here, you can get more three-dimensional. Try clapping your way through a room to locate its corners and objects inside of it. We're going to use this sounds echo to assess three things as you move around the space: the presence or absence of objects, the location of objects you hear, and their distance away from you. Don't worry if this feels clumsy as at first. Remember, it might take you years, as it does for vision impaired folks, to learn how to do this properly. So, there's a crash course in deep listening. Thanks so much for joining me. Next time we'll be using what we practiced today to start hearing and recording sounds with microphones. This is also known as field recording. Catch you next time.